Are ya ready, kids? Cause it's time for the Bikini Bottom Boating Bash Tournament, where dozens of the finest undersea drivers compete in vehicles of their choosing for a chance of winning a mysterious prize. But the stakes of losing are high. The cost of losing? One's mortal soul. Flat Out SpongeBob Edition is hands down the best game on the Nintendo Wii.
This is brilliant, but I like this.
It's a vehicular destruction game, but with SpongeBob. Now, SpongeBob being one of, if not the most iconic cartoons of all time, has a huge selection of video games in its background, and this game being one of them. So one day, the guys at THQ Studios sat down with some developers to talk about making another SpongeBob game. Okay, so here's the beans, yeah? Vehicular destruction games. Carmageddon, Flat Out, Twisted Metal, Burnout. Everyone loves them, and they want more. Now we still got the licensing for SpongeBob, right? And the fact that SpongeBob is well known for crashing and failing driving tests, why not we combine those two into one? And onto the game itself. So the story starts off with the classic French narrator.
Ah, another beautiful day in Bikini Bottom. Also, another day for SpongeBob to fail his driving test cause he can't drive for shit.
And today is SpongeBob's 70th attempt on getting his driver's license. And Mrs. Puff is here to give SpongeBob the quick do's and don'ts on driving.
Now, SpongeBob, when you see pedestrians crossing the road, what do?
Oh, that's easy. You slam on the gas and commit vehicular manslaughter.
And essentially you're just driving around the boating school test track and getting your bearings on the basics of driving.
The first thing you need to do is to slowly go forward.
And now it's time for the test. And SpongeBob has only one shot to get it right.
Okay, SpongeBob. Now it's time to drive the car
And I'm finna whip this hoe.
Why, SpongeBob?
And so SpongeBob, as per, failed his driving test by smashing the car into a building.
Still a better driver than Lance Stroll.
And he's all depressed and sad. But then coming out of right field, John O'Hurley as a fish appears.
Oh, what a stirring little anthem of wellness. Oh, young sponge thing, why are you all slumped down like a creepy, quiet emo kid?
I wrecked the car yet again and failed my driver's test.
Well, isn't that a surprise, you window licker? A sponge that can't break the running gag of failing the driving test. Well, I've got something to whip your dumb ass back into shape.
So as it turns out, John O'Hurley is also a driving instructor. But instead of teaching people how to properly drive, he teaches this.
Drive is a very simple system that teaches the 5 key things that every driver should know. Destruction, recklessness, impairment, velocity, and escape.
Are you saying I should destroy things and drive recklessly?
Yeah, no shit, kid. What the hell did you think I was talking about?
And so it's time to learn all the acronyms in the word drive. So starting out with the letter D, destruction. This game mode is your basic demolition derby where you crash and kill people.
Get out of the way!
But in order to win, you gotta drive around and pick up all the broken car parts that fall off the car. And the person with the most amount of points is the winner. And there's 3 levels in this you gotta do, and they're pretty easy.
Look at me go!
With the letter D out the way, it's now time to progress to the letter R. R for
A fucking nerve he has.
R in drive for recklessness. And then for some reason, Patrick decides to show up to the party.
Hey, what are you Nimrods doing on my premises?
Hey, Patrick, we're gonna be driving for Red Bull in Formula 1 next season.
That's right. And I'm here to help you guys get your super license.
Oh, really? I can already imagine how that would turn out.
So the next part of the game is recklessness, and the whole point of it is a basic demolition derby competition. No extra things to add to the mix, no things to pick up, just send your car to sending its speed and demolish the unlucky bastard that just so happens to get in your way. So once all the enemies are defeated, it is now a one-on-one battle between SpongeBob and Patrick.
Not yet, SpongeBob. It's not over yet.
Time to finish this!
That was just tremendous, son. You're doing great.
And after that, the next mission is Reckless Velocity, where this time it's a demolition race. As opposed to getting in front and winning the race, you gotta focus on ramming and destroying the other drivers. And you gotta score enough points on the board to proceed to the next mission.
Wow, that was great. I did a burnout on a man's head, and gory stuff flew all over the place.
Soon enough, we'll be driving buddies in Red Bull. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez are gonna be homeless soon.
What in Tanner Nation is going on with you dweebs?
Oh, hey, Sandy. We're here to help SpongeBob gain as many vehicular felonies as possible.
Well, some John Tanner you guys are. I'll show you too how to properly run somebody over.
Now in the next series of missions is Impairment. Basically, it's the same as Recklessness, but every time you crash into a rival, they become brain dead and stop moving, allowing you to push their car into the pits of hell. But then we get immediately interrupted with another cutscene.
What's all this farting exhaust noises doing on a Sunday? I can't do anything without hearing the sounds of a guy getting his pants ripped off by a Mustang.
Hey, Squidward, you want to join our quest on getting me and SpongeBob seats in Formula 1?
You want me to join your stupid driving thing? Do you remember the last time I tried getting into the racing scene?
Room, only 2 more laps to the finish line. Victory is mine!
Oh, come on, Squidward. It'll be a ton of fun driving and crashing.
You can smash him.
Hey, yo, pause!
So now we got Squidward in the Boating Bash competition. The game proceeds as usual, smashing and crashing into enemy drivers, sending them off a cliff, and to prove how better of a driver we are than Squidward, we get into a demolition race with the goal of eradicating Squidward, as we skedaddle throughout the figure 8 track, but eventually win the race.
Hold on a second. You're that one guy from Seinfeld.
Well, I'm more known as the guy who voiced King Neptune. But yes, you are right.
I heard about this boating bash tournament thing. Let me join in on this thing and show these millennial-ass wipes what real driving is like.
How many random characters are popping in this stupid story?
Now the next section of missions is Velocity. It's basically the regular racing mode. No objective to crash and kill all the drivers. Still an option though. The whole point here is to speed and win the race. Then after that, you gotta do some more missions, like here where you drive in some extremely complex track and get involved in a serious car accident. But all that doesn't matter, as you finish and win as usual.
Meanwhile...
Wow, what a load of dumbasses! I've never seen such vehicular destruction in my life! I gotta show these dweebs what real driving is like. I can't stand to see these automotive beauties get destroyed like this. SpongeBob, I'm here to stop your fuckery on destroying exotic cars!
Where did you come from? Also, I could squash your dumbass if I wanted to.
I challenge you to a demolition derby, and I will stop your needless lust for vehicular manslaughter!
Dude, it's not that deep. Quit acting emo.
And now it's time for Plankton's Challenge, where it's a demolition derby in downtown Bikini Bottom. And our main objective, kill Plankton.
Good work, SpongeBob. You're now in the final section of the game. One step closer to becoming a Formula 1 driver with Patrick.
I'm here to kick gum and chew ass, and I'm all out of ass.
Your final set of missions is called Escape, where the main objective is where every opponent is out to kill you, and it's your job to survive.
Ha! I played the driver games. I trained my whole life for this moment.
Like what John O'Hurley mentioned earlier, Escape's main objective is to evade your psychotic rivals as they try to ram and kill you, just like survival mode in the driver games. Clearly, the best car to use is a top-fuel drag car that could barely turn for shit, but it's got pretty good speed to take anyone out. Look out! So you do the rest of the remaining missions, which are just repeats of the previous game modes. But now, it's time for the final driving exams.
All right, SpongeBob, it's time for the final driving tests. You will run down everything you learned throughout your journey, and soon enough, you'll become an accelerator.
Oh boy, I can't wait. Can Lance Stroll get through the driving trials like I did? I didn't think so.
Now before SpongeBob can get his license, he has to run down everything he learned in his journey. Destruction, the skill of picking up broken car parts. Recklessness, the skill of demolishing your opponents. Impairment, the skill of eradicating your opponents as fast as possible. Velocity, the skill of racing. Escape, the skill of evading your opponents. And after all we've been through, it's time for SpongeBob to finally get his super license.
Congratulations, SpongeBob! You are officially a future Formula One driver.
Oh boy, I finally did it! I wonder what team's gonna sign me for the next season. Red Bull? Ferrari? Aston Martin?
What in the Kentucky Fried Fuck is going on here?
Mrs. Puff, look! I'm gonna replace Daniel Ricciardo next season!
SpongeBob, you do realize you just got scammed, right? The fine print on this says, "Le Mao, you just got duped, nerd."
Wait, what? You stop right there, scammer!
See you later, motherfucker!
Oh, bring it on, hombre.
As it turns out, John O'Hurley was a bad guy from the very beginning, and SpongeBob skadoodle-skedaddles his way to get revenge.
Can't we all just get along?
SpongeBob is using everything he learned from boating school to dodge in and out from the falling debris from John O'Hurley's truck, aggressively sideswiping his truck, making high jumps, and keeping up with John O'Hurley.
Remember your training, SpongeBob! History is repeating itself right now. All right, time to die, Seymour!
Damn you, SpongeBob. I was just on my way to Walmart. Why the hell did you crash into me?
Shut the hell up, you crypto scamming bitch. You're gonna get the Guantanamo Bay treatment.
Evil.
But how am I gonna get into Formula One now?
Don't worry, SpongeBob. I got great news. I bought 2 lightly used F1 cars from Craigslist, and the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is coming up soon. You know what that means?
Oh, you're so on, Patrick. Let's do it.
Later that night.
We're going to have one lap of racing to decide the championship in 2021.
Win the race or you're fired!
Yes, we shall ready ourselves immediately.
Win this race because I told you to.
Sorry, SpongeBob. Nothing personal.
First overtaking zone is normally down in the turn 5. Far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. It's a late lunge who takes the lead in the race.
You got that. The championship is mine.
No Squidward, no Squidward, that's a so not right. We race cars here, sir.
How you like me now?
I like you this much.
Now snatches the championship trophy.
What are you doing in secret? Don't let Tubby beat you!
Just leave me alone. I know what I am doing.
Don't worry, boss. We got this in the books.
Down the back straight, he's got a slipstream. He touches straight contact, and they are both out.
What happened?
I'll tell you what happened, Patrick.
And it's going Dutch! Max Verstappen is champion of the world!